want to do UFC on FX3?
Sure.
It's Johnson versus McCall on June 8th after the pay-per-view.
That's awesome. I can't wait for this fight.
I
love the first fight. Was very disappointed with bullshit from the judges that caused that not to go into the sudden death round. And I feel it the way the third round ended, that McCall would have won that sudden death round. He was dominating that third round. Where are we going to start on this?
We can start right there, I guess.
Yeah, well, I'm picking McCall. He's going to be the first UFC. I don't want to go that far yet. He's going to be in the UFC flyweight finals against Benavidez.
Benavidez, who's already in it.
Does anybody know? Yeah, he's already in it. Does anybody know if this is going to have a sudden death fourth round?
I don't know. Why didn't it happen last time?
Because the judges scored the cards wrong, and it was actually supposed to go to a sudden death round.
No, I would think then if it's supposed to be, it will, because they'll make sure they don't happen again. I would think.
I hope so.
I'm going to go with Mighty Mouse.
Really? I like Demetious Johnson.
I can't remember the fight too well. I only saw it the one time live, and
it was a great fight.
I think he won that fight.
Really?
If I remember.
See, I felt like Ian McCall won the first and third round, and I thought Demetious Johnson won the second. That's the way I felt about it.
I don't remember the fight.
It is such an awesome fight. This is the first time I really saw flyweights. I never really watched them on HDNet.
McCall looked way better on the ground, if I remember right.
Yeah. He should have just kept punching him when he had him. I think he had the mount. He should have just kept punching him. Might have been able to stop it. Or maybe it was the back mount.
Danny Boy?
Demetious Johnson.
Going to put Johnson against Benavidez, huh? Be interesting.
I think so. Does it matter how his mustache is, Ian McCall?
Oh, he has to have that mustache. He can't win without that.
That's so if he comes out without the mustache,
it'll be like the mullet, right?
Right. That's like the Three Musketeers mustache.
So if he comes out without the mustache, are you switching?
No, I'm not.
Rob, is that the kind of mustache you're shooting for?
No, I wish I could do that. Well, I guess I could if I got some grease or something.
Look at that.
You'd have to grow it longer. You'd have to get the
I need a cowboy hat. You know,
if you buy a white van, though, I'm getting scared.
I could be in the movie Tombstone, probably. You know.
Charlie Brenneman, Erick Silva.
Charlie Brenneman, he was on the show, Ultimate Fighter show.
Yeah.
He was the guy who. Wasn't he the guy who? His friend, that one guy who was just in the UFC.
His friend was in the UFC?
No. Well, his friend was on the show.
Oh, that guy.
Well, his friend was on the show.
He got in the UFC for his friends being in the UFC.
No, his friend was on the show with him. They were both good friends.
Okay.
And that one guy said something about this guy, and he lost, and then he was going to avenge him, and he ended up losing. What's his damn name? I can't think of it now. He was just on one of the last couple of cards.
I don't watch the show too much. I miss it all the time.
The new one I catch. Sometimes I'll see they show the episodes on UFC's website, and you can watch last week's episodes.
I'm going to take Erick Silva. That guy's a fucking monster.
I am too, because I wasn't impressed with Charlie Brenneman.
You know, I don't even know Erick Silva, so I'm going to pick Charlie Brenneman. Who did Erick Silva fight last?
We'll find out.
We're talking about these fights. We didn't guarantee we knew a whole lot about these fights.
Yeah, I mean, maybe I should know Erick Silva, but I don't. So
yeah.
I'm gonna pick Charlie Brenneman because
so you know,
I know who he is.
Just so you know, though, Frank Mir's gonna win.
Now, Frank Mir hasn't got a chance in hell.
Oh, he does.
What's the odds on Frank Mir? Because if he's so confident, he needs to put some money on Frank Mir so he can win some money.
You could win $400 if you bet 100.
There you go. Bet $100.
If I had $100 to spare right now, I would.
Erick Silva lost to Carlo Prater.
That was his last fight?
That was the one where he lost because he punched him in the back of the head, but it was one punch out of a bunch of them.
That's some bullshit.
Yeah, he got bullshitted on that.
I'm still going to pick Charlie Brenneman.
Was that his first UFC fight? Does he only have one?
No, he beat Luis Ramos before that. UFC 134.
How did he win? I'm sorry.
TKO.
What round?
Punches. Round 1, 40 seconds into it.
Alright. Yeah, I'm sticking with
He's a fucking monster, man.
Yeah. How big is he?
5'11".
What's the weight class?
170.
170? Okay, yeah, he's going to rock him.
I'm going to stick with the guy I know. I don't want to pick some guy I've never seen fight.
Josh Neer. I'm going with Josh Neer.
Josh Neer, Mike Pyle is probably the fight of the night, if not the fight before that, because
could be the
they're
best fight
fucking
on the
tough,
card.
man. Both of them are just real tough all-around guys.
I like Mike Pyle.
Pyle's the
Josh
favorite.
Neer, he was getting beat in his last fight, and he came back and win by submission.
Yeah, I like Mike Pyle, and I've liked the fights he's been in. And then you're right, this could be fight of the night, but I'm going to pick Josh Neer as well. Doesn't Neer train with the Diaz brothers now?
Yes.
Yeah.
He's on a run, man. He hasn't fought a lot of tough guys.
He's way better than he used to be.
Can you
sure.
pull Neer up?
Pull who?
Neer, Josh Neer.
He's way better than he used to be, for sure.
He's come along. I mean, a lot of these guys that were, at one time part-time fighters who are finally getting to become full-time fighters.
I mean, you got to be getting good if you're training with the CZ Grace.
He's coming off the Dwayne Ludwig win.
6-fight win streak.
Yep.
And he's won.
Didn't he submit Dwayne Ludwig?
9.
Yep.
Yeah, they thought that was going to be a straight stand-up fight. I remember them talking about that.
And it went to the ground. Dwayne Ludwig was actually winning the fight, and they got to the ground, and he pulled a guillotine from the bottom. I think Neer was on the bottom and pulled a guillotine on him, and
Neer's good.
after getting beat up.
Neer's tough. His first fight of that was against Jesse Finney, who's my buddy's cousin.
Yeah.
Is that the guy from St. Louis?
Yeah, I saw that at the
Strike Force.
It wasn't Strike Force. It was
No?
it was Finney's fights.
Finney's fights, yeah.
Was it still
Fighting
down?
the MMA or something.
Okay.
But it was down at Sabas.
Yeah.
But I knew that was a tough fight for him going in. Neer threw him around.
Oh, I remember them advertising that.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Josh Neer's gotten way better. You have to get better training with those Cesar Gracie guys.
Pyle's fucking good though, man.
He is. I like
He's a taller
Mike Pyle.
guy. Look at his last 2 losses, right? Out of his 6 fights were Rory, MacDonald, and Jake Ellenberger.
Yeah.
Right? Those aren't bad losses.
Two
He beat
future
Ricardo
champions.
Almeida.
Are those 2 future champions, you think?
Jake Ellenberger? No.
No, because he ain't going to beat MacDonald. Ellenberger would be a good number 2 guy.
Him and Rory MacDonald in the same division.
He'll be good. Yeah, they're both one.
That'll be some good fights down the years to watch.
But didn't Sanchez beat Ellenberger?
He came damn close.
Diego?
He didn't, but he came damn close.
That was on Fuel, wasn't it?
Yeah, he came out in that 3rd round, and it was badass. I mean, he was getting his ass handed to him the first 2 rounds, but
Mike
that
Pyle's
3rd round,
first fight was against Rampage.
That 3rd round, he almost finished.
What weight is that one? Is that 205?
Who knows then? Probably.
What's his upcoming fight? 180 or
170, I think.
170.
Pyle's tough, man, and he's the favorite. I'm gonna go with Neer.
I did too, just because Neer's tough. He's a fighter.
Neer's gonna run on that streak, and I think he's just gonna.
Yeah, he's moving up.
He's on it. But that's a tough fight for him, and probably I don't know. It's gonna be a gritty fight.
That's what Frank Mir's doing, putting it all together.
Scott Jorgensen and Eddie Wineland.
I think Frank Mir's putting it all together so he can retire.
Mm-hmm.
Not with the belt or anything, just retire. He's got to put all of his stuff away.
Anyways, moving on. Frank Mir wins. I think Josh Jorgensen.
Who the hell is Josh Jorgensen?
Scott. I don't know who Josh is.
Who? Who are you doing? Oh, Scott Jorgensen and Eddie Wineland. Okay.
It might be Ricky Roach.
Have you played that UFC 3 game?
Yeah, I got it.
Did you see Scott Jorgensen on there? He looks so badass.
Hey, I've played it 3 times. With you?
You won twice.
Won twice.
Yeah, with your fucking guy that's
I know.
with hundreds and shit. You
It's
know
a
what I
90.
mean?
They still let you
I'm
make
playing
those
with
guys?
fucking Carlos Condit or some shit.
Hey, I was a 90, you were an 89. You owned the game, I never played it. I won. That's all that matters.
Yeah, I suck at that game.
But Jorgensen's character looks fantastic on that thing because he's all spotted up.
Oh yeah, that's right. He's got.
But it looks so awesome. That's how I'm proud of it when I was watching.
I'm gonna pick Eddie.
Damn,
I'm picking Eddie Wineland. Eddie Wineland. I can't even say it.
That's probably fight of the night.
I'm picking Freddie Wineland.
Against Josh Jorgensen?
Trained by Mickey Roach.
Yeah, Mickey Rourke. He's trained by Mickey Rourke. What's that?
I'm gonna go with Jorgensen, and I do think that's gonna be fight of the night.
It might be. It's either that or Neer versus Pyle. No, I take that back. I think Johnson versus McCall is going to be fight of the night. That's going to be an awesome fight.
That's going to be a badass card, really.
I was going to say, looking at it, it's going to be Leonard
first fight
Garcia on the
awesome.
preliminary, which is going to be Leonard Garcia is always fun to watch, win or loss.
Yeah, but why does he get so many controversial wins?
Because they're so close. Because the way he fights, he gets beat up on, but
not
he's
a huge
still like.
fan.
You don't like Leonard Garcia?
He's all right, but
I mean, he's not great, but he's just
doesn't seem
fun
like
to
he's
watch.
ever going to be that good.
No, I don't
big
think so
looping
either.
punches and
but
shit.
he's just fun to watch.
He's a brawler.